So you took your first steps with AI and you get tired of entering your prompt, waiting for a result over and over and over again. And you realize you're spending a lot of time with AI. What if I told you you can actually automate this so you don't need to spend the entire day behind your computer? I will show you 2 ways to actually automate your work with AI and level up your productivity. We need to create an account with make.com. This is the tool that will allow you to do automations. It's very easy to set up. And we'll also set up a sheet to demo the use of the automation. So the first thing you do is in make.com, you create a new scenario, and we'll start by adding a Google Sheet. We'll use the trigger watch new rows, connect your Google Sheet. So you add a connection to Google Sheets. You just sign in with your Google account, connect the right one, and this will allow you to access the files on your Google account. Next, you have to select the file that we created earlier on. So you just go to your drive, you go to the folder where the file is located, you select the file. From there on, you select the sheet. So for this, we will use GPT-4o Mini, and we'll add a message to the integration with AI. So we will be adding a normal user message where we enter the prompt we want to do, and we will just say, answer this question into sentences. We will then select the question that we found through the Google Sheet integration. Select the amount of tokens we want to use. I'll put 4,000. And once we run this automation, what will happen is the automation will get the row from the Google Sheet, feed that row into the ChatGPT integration. This will then create a reply or a response. And that response we will then update back in the Google Sheet. So for this, we need to add another step. We add a Google Sheet module, we select update a row. We now can actually enter manually the sheet because we have the ID from a previous step. We know the sheet name from a previous set. We also know the row number that it found. So we'll click this. We'll just select the column range and we'll say for column B, we want to have the result of the ChatGPT request. So this is all you need to do. And what you can do now is in the demo sheet, we will put a question. What is the meaning of life? And we'll put a second question just to show that you can really use this to automate several questions. We will now save the scenario, we will run it once. The integration will fetch 2 new rows from the demo, and you see now the replies have been entered. So now we will first create an assistant. For this, you head over to platform.openai.com. You select assistants and you click create a new assistant. Give it a name, give it some instructions. So in this case, I will create a marketing assistant. Then I'll give it a basic set of instructions. I want it to, for a certain topic, create a title and create a body, text body with the content. So we'll ask it to write a basic text with a title and a topic. We'll also specify that it needs to output this as a JSON. So I want to use a JSON so it allows me to put the reply in different columns in the Excel sheet that we will create. And now with the new assistant, you can actually say what you want, and AI will automatically generate the JSON structure or schema you can use. Finally, we'll select the model and we are good to go. So now we'll create a new scenario. We'll say, we'll select a new spreadsheet. And for this one, I created a new sheet called marketing with now 3 columns. We'll say again, we will start with all the records in the Google Sheet. We will now choose a different step and we will say, make a connection with OpenAI assistants. So now we need to select the assistant. So the one we named was marketing helper. We add the message, we say we take the topic. And we'll output again the replies in Google Sheet. Now I told you we used JSON schema. So actually there's one thing we need to do here, and we need to add a module in between. But we can first fill out this Google Sheet already. So we'll add a module, select JSON parser. And for the JSON string, we will put the result. So once we now feed the reply from AI in there, we will actually have 2 values. For this, I need to run the module first to get the data so that I can then link it back to the Google Sheets. So the marketing sheet has 3 columns, topic, title, body. So I'll just enter a topic. Let's say SEO for flower shops. Head over back to my scenario. I'll unlink the Google Sheet module because I only want to get the data into the JSON parser. I'll run it once. You see it will now send a message to the assistant. From there, the assistant will pick it up and feed it back into the JSON. Once this data enters the JSON, we can actually then link the Google Sheet back again to update the final result back into our Google Sheet. So you see now in the output, I have a title and I have a body. So these 2 values we need when we connect to the last step. And we will put those 2 values now in the column B, which is the title, and column C, which will contain the body. Press OK, and now let's run it again. So this will take a while. Actually, I have to right click first, choose where to start. I will say run again with all the data in the sheet, press run. It will then again send the request to OpenAI. This will populate the JSON, and from the JSON the results will enter the sheet. And you see now I have these results in my Google Sheet. Now you can connect a Google Sheet to AI with the use of Make. You can use different AI models. You can connect to Llama, you can connect to Claude, you can connect to Perplexity. The idea is that you pre-populate a Google Sheet with all the questions or all the topics you want to have AI reply on. You then set up the automation and you can then just run it the way you want. You can actually schedule this that you add a new row. It will check every 15 minutes, every 1 hour, or whatever time interval you choose, to see if new data enters the Google Sheet, and it will automatically give you the reply. So this is a way to really get a lot of topics covered by AI fast without having the need of using the actual interface. This is actually using the API. So you really can drive it to increase your productivity and get a lot more out of using AI. I use this almost daily. I use different automations for different purposes, but I wanted to give you 2 quick examples so you can see what you can actually do with it. The Make account you can set up for free. It has a number of limited transactions per month you can